Hey y'all, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Okay, we're going to hit on a few topics today, so let's jump in, okay? Okay. So, the first topic I want to start on is manifestation, okay? I've been seeing a lot about manifestation recently, and I've gotten a little bit more curious, and I've looked into some YouTube videos, and I've read some articles about it. And well, what is manifestation? Okay. So manifestation is basically bringing your desires, okay, into your life to belief, visualization, positive thinking, and so on and so forth. So I want to know if that works. So I've watched a couple YouTube videos where people stated that it actually worked for them. And then, I've watched others where, people stated, nothing is coming, from this manifestation. So I've always wondered about it. Like, is it the law of attraction? And I've read that, it's similar to the law of attraction, but it's like, it kind of goes hand in hand with the law of attraction, but it's not the same thing. Or it is kind of similar to it, but it's like, it's different, but it's manifestation is just interesting to me because it's just believing and hoping for something so much, which is, almost to me like if you were just to pray, like if you were just to pray about something or pray about the things that you want, pray about receiving the things that you want, because that's what I do. But of course, manifestation is interesting because I tried it. I saw a video that said something about, if you really want something, you just gotta visualize it and it will happen. I'm like, man, there's so much that I really want. So, I'm gonna visualize these things and see if it happens. And, watching YouTube, you see all these other videos where they're talking about, well, manifestation is not of God. So then I'm wondering, well, I don't know, like, should I do something? Should I try to manifest things into my life if it's not going to be of God? But with I'm reading, everyone can decide for themselves, but as I'm reading, I don't feel like I didn't get the sense that manifestation is not of God. That's not what I got. I think there's a lot of things that can be not of God if you make it not of God, or if you believe that it's not of God, because whatever you believe is a sin, or whatever you believe is wrong is, right? So there's anything that, anything you can make, not of God. So, I listen to some of these people that state, it's not of God, like it's demonic. I can understand it to a certain extent because I've been watching some videos, I saw people, talk about, well, if you want this to happen, there's these manifestation techniques, right? Like you can have a bottle of water and then you put something in the water and you write it down and put it in the water and it's, or you count to 10 like 5 times and, there's certain things that can seem very like, witchy, witchcrafty or whatever. But there's certain things that people do that may not seem, there's certain things that I do that I'm just like, okay, well, maybe count to 3 when something falls on the floor. 1, 2, 3. Nothing can happen to it after 3 times and you can eat it or something. Something crazy like that. So basically, I'm interested in manifestation in the sense like, what is it really? Like, can it really bring stuff into my life? Like, is it much different than prayer? Is it much different from, because I know you don't have to, there's people who believe in manifestation who may not, believe in God. They believe that the universe will bring them whatever they need and yada, yada, yada. But then there's also people that believe in God and believe in manifestation. And, I saved some videos to kind of listen to them and watch them a little bit more, where they talk, it's like positive thinking, manifestation is positive thinking, and who is not for this? Like, to me, I can't imagine like thinking positively or wishing for stuff positively or hoping for stuff positively would not be of God, because it's just like having faith, right? You believe in something that you can't see. You have hopes in something that you don't know. You're hoping for something to happen. You don't know what will happen, but you're hoping. Yes, you're praying to God for it. So I don't see why manifestation, unless you make it something else, I don't see why manifestation would not be of God, And so is it something that I would do? Yes, I would do manifestation. Try to give it a try. I mean, I feel like I've done manifestation and nothing has happened. Because some of these things that I've read about, that I've seen, and people say, oh, this is manifestation. I visualize stuff all the time. So yes, I visualize stuff all the time. I visualize myself just yesterday. I was visualizing myself on the beach, drinking a mango pineapple drink. And I just visualize myself just relaxing on the beach and having just a wonderful time, just relaxing and drinking my mango pineapple drink. So, I mean, maybe that will happen, maybe that will manifest into something in the future. Maybe I will be sitting on the beach drinking my mango pineapple drink somewhere in the future, And so, yeah, I definitely would do manifestation. Do I believe that there's techniques that work? I don't think so, because I've tried different things, in terms of like, they say write stuff down. I've tried that, not in manifestation, but I've tried writing stuff down in hopes that it comes true, and it still does. I write it down, it still doesn't come true, and that wasn't me manifesting. That was just me saying, hey, this is what I want to do this year. This is the things that this is the goals I want to accomplish. This is what I hope to do. And I steadfastly believed in those things, but they still didn't come true. So, but if manifestation really is just hoping and, visualizing and trying to bring stuff into fruition, and pray on it. Why not pray on it? Because you can definitely manifest things into your life, manifest things. And if it's all positivity, then that's wonderful, because whatever is meant for you is meant for you. Because God's going to bless you, He's going to bless you. So whether you think you've manifested it or not, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe that's what some people are saying. Like maybe they feel like if you feel like you manifested and you feel like you did it on your own and there's no God in that. And I can understand that. Like if you feel like you did, like I got this on my own, God wasn't even a part of this. Like I drink this and I came up with this and this is all me, then I can understand that. So I can get why some people may not, be for manifestation. But yes, if I can manifest positivity into my life, goodness into my life, and do it with God in mind and with praying in mind, then why not? Why not? So, manifestation, I'll do it. I can do it. I think I do it already. All right? So, I just wanted to talk about that briefly. Only because I've been seeing so much about manifestation, this manifestation that, and I'm curious on how y'all feel about manifestation. Like, have y'all tried it? Have y'all done it? Like, have it worked for anyone? Has anyone ever literally visualized something, wrote it down, visualize it, and then it literally, what you literally wrote down, visualized, and prayed about, all that stuff, it happened. Let me know. Let me know, because I know people have vision boards and, people do believe in the law of attraction. And I know those are, those are things, those are real things to people. So I'm just curious, because shoot, at this point, I want to visualize a whole bunch of stuff into my life, like millions of dollars, okay? And that leads me to my next topic, okay? Which is something that I saw as I was reading some of my articles that I love to read. I saw something that was talking about the lottery. So I don't know if y'all play the lottery or not. I know I try to every now and then, especially when I remember. Because sometimes, I'm driving home from work or just going someplace and I think to myself, oh, I'm going to stop and I'm going to play the lottery today. But then I don't. I forgot to, or I come home and then I never get to the lottery. I never get to the gas station or stop at the gas station to buy the lottery. So this right here, okay, so the lottery. The lottery is usually $1. It's usually $1 or $2. Right, and there's many lottery. If you live in different states, you'll have different lottery. Like some states, they have their own state lottery, and of course, they have other lotteries that they may do throughout the states. It's all different, right? But there's like the nationwide lottery. So there's like the nationwide one that I know of. There may be more, but I only know of these two. It's the Powerball and the Mega Million. Right, the Powerball is the Mega Million, and so the Powerball. Didn't hear anything about that, but I heard about the Mega Millions that they'll be changing how much that costs. Right, so we got to play to win, but it's gonna be so much more expensive now to play to win. When I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't just play $1 or $2 anymore. Like, okay, so the lottery ticket is going to be changing for the Mega Million to $5. It's usually $2. And I actually remember when it was $1. Because I remember playing the lottery and I used to be like, oh, it's just $1, let me $1. And then I remember being shocked when I heard it was $2. I'm like, $2? Oh my gosh, like, what do they expect from us? $2 for a lottery ticket? And then, so they felt like that was recent. I didn't do any research on but I felt like that was recent. Like the $2 change was fairly recent. Now they have a $5 change. $5, that's steep, okay? That is steep. And that's going to be starting April 8th. So for all you lottery players out there, April 8th is the date. If you want to get your lottery before then, if you're like, I'm never going to play it, it's $5. Well, go ahead and get it now while it's $2, because it's about to change in a major way. Okay, so y'all will, if you're like me and you don't like to spend money too much, especially on stuff like that, you're gonna have to save up in a major way. Like, maybe do it twice a year. Like right before the holidays, maybe save up to spend your $5 to get your ticket. Or, maybe on your birthday, go ahead and treat yourself to a $5 ticket or something. But yeah, it's about to become more expensive. So here's the changes that they're going to be making, okay, for those of you that play. They're removing one ball from the game. So usually it's 25 balls. Now it's going to be 24. Which I guess that will slightly improve your chances of winning. So instead of a 1 in 300 million chance, you have a 1 in 290 million chance, so it's like a 1 in 23 type thing. There won't be a multiplier anymore, and that's like when you pay extra for like double the chance to win. You pay an extra dollar to have more chance to win the lottery. And so there won't be that anymore. And now the smallest payout will be $10 instead of $2. So it's kind of being like double the $5. So like before it was like you spent $2 and you could win $2, right? So now if you spend $5 instead of only being able to win $5, you can actually win $10. So I'm like, I guess that's a good thing. The chances still aren't that great, but it's better than before. So and now the game is going to start at 50 million instead of 20. I mean, that's awesome. So for those of you who, want to go buy the lottery, might as well go now. I don't know. Will there be more winners? Because that's what they're hoping. They're hoping that this will give more people chances to win. And more people will hopefully buy it because they'll have more chances to win. I don't know. But I thought that was something to talk about because I know there's a lot of people out there that plays the lottery and that Mega Million is about to become just a little bit more expensive. So if you want to play to win, because you got to play to win. All right? All right. So next, on to a more serious topic. And this is something that I've been seeing a lot of lately. And okay, so I've actually been wanting to kind of chat about this and just see what other people out there think, because this has been like a big topic in the news, especially recently. Okay, and this is about green cards, okay, and green card holders. I've seen a lot of stuff about green card holders getting detained and even deported. So there's been multiple stories and different situations that I've seen in the news that kind of make me think, are some of these cases isolated, or is it more politically driven? Should the average person out there with a green card be worried? So green card holders, permanent people with have permanent residency in the U.S., should they be worried? And it seems like they are, from everything that I've been reading, people are becoming a little bit more worried, and they're a little bit, scared in certain situations, okay? And all this has really been happening because of the Trump administration, because of his crackdown on immigration. So he's putting out all these different laws, and he's signing all these different things that are, stopping immigration, and stopping people from coming in and going out, because his goal is to reduce illegal immigration. But it's the way things are going about, the way things are being done, it's kind of like it's disrupting, seems like the average person life who's may not be doing anything wrong, who's here legally and not doing anything wrong. And so I saw this article on CNN, and I'll put a link to the description for this article if y'all are interested in reading it, because a lot of the comments that I got for my thoughts were from this article. And in this article, it's by Catherine Shoshet. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Oh, please forgive me. There were many people that were kind of worried about deportation, right? Despite doing nothing wrong. That was the article, okay? And of course, again, like I said, there'll be a description. There'll be a link in the description. I can't never say that right. There'll be a link in the description. Okay. So, Vance made a statement saying green card holders doesn't have an indefinite right to be in the U.S., right? And he's right to an extent. They don't have an indefinite right as long as they don't do anything wrong, right? Because we all know about green card holders, right? As long as they were in the U.S. and nobody was doing anything wrong, they weren't committing any crimes or anything like that, they were permitted to stay. It wasn't like, back in the day, it did seem to be indefinite. There wasn't any on the length of time a person could stay as long as they have permanent residency. The only legal implication was, they didn't have the right to vote, and some people, that's okay for them, as long as I'm able to live and do things freely, I'm okay not doing that. Plus, it was always hard to get American citizenship for some. So being here and able to work and provide for their family, that was enough, They weren't too worried about not being able to, become a citizen, because they're like, I'm able to do all the things I need to do. I'm able to send money back home, to take care of my family. I'm here to do what I need to do, basically, to make a better life for myself. And I'm able to do that even without a citizenship. So nobody was really too worried before. But now a lot of people are worried, after the recent arrest we hear about, and it's been all over the news, okay, he's a student leader, Khalil. He's a student protester, and he was a green card holder of Palestinian descent. Is that Yeah, he's a protest leader. Yeah, he was a protest leader. Was he a Palestinian descent? I believe he was a Palestinian. Well, he got arrested, right? And he held a green card, and, they had plans to deport him. So that was like a big thing where people were just like, oh my gosh, and a lot of people that are green card holder, they don't feel comfortable traveling anymore, And then the article, a Palestinian didn't feel comfortable traveling anymore, although they were a green card holder, because they were worried that they may not come back. You know, they were worried about wearing a keffiyeh, which is like a traditional scarf, because they were worried about being targeted as well. You know, the article talked about a Colorado business owner who stated that she feels as if the only way to keep her family safe is to become a citizen now. So, you know, they're working now on becoming a citizenship, which was something that they never were probably thinking of before, because they never really had to worry about this. You know, it wasn't a thing. People worried about, oh, I hold a green card. As long as you did what you're supposed to do and you're in the country legally and you have permanent residency, you know, you're okay. But again, like with the situation of the Brown University doctor, of Lebanese descent that got deported, the Columbia grad student from India that got deported, the 10-year-old cancer patient that got deported, and that was a U.S. citizen, right? So people are just like, wait, why are people getting deported? Like, how is this even possible? If they have a green card, like, why are they getting deported? It's not making any sense to them. And it is a little confusing because I read this stuff and I'm like, well, whoa, like, how is this even happening? Like, why is this even happening to these people? You know, it's definitely not fair. And I can understand, you know, why they feel that way, or how they can feel like they may not be safe anymore being in the U.S. as they are with the green card. So the article stated that many people are seeking advice from lawyers about changes in immigration policies. A woman of Cameroonian descent, she chose not to travel home to her father's funeral because she's scared of, you know, the policies and changes and, you know, traveling back and forth and going and coming. Is she going to be able to come back? You know, are they going to deport her? You know, it's like almost like, are y'all finding an excuse now to deport me from where I live, from where I feel comfortable living, from where I'm happy living? You know, because many people are happy living here. You know, lots of people do think this is a great country. You know, not everyone feel like, oh, this is so horrible, we got to make it great. Yeah, this is a great country to be in, and they want to stay and help the country grow and be a productive, you know, member of society and be here. So I guess they fear, you know, leaving can be a little bit risky. I mean, but to me, I'm wondering too, like, what does all this mean? Because things does seem a little bit uncertain. It seems a little bit unfair, and you got to be fair when it comes to stuff like that. Fair is fair. Not everyone is the same. And each case got to be looked at differently. When it comes to immigration, there's people that are here legally. If you have a green card, and you haven't committed a crime, why are you being looked at as a criminal? And why do you feel now that you have to protect yourself because you're being looked at as like you're doing something wrong, you know? And that's a real thing. This isn't made up. Lots of people feel this way. This isn't a made up feeling. And it's because of these new policies. Nobody knows like what to expect. Everyone is kind of freaking out. Like, what do I do? You know, like, this is actually really heartbreaking, you know? That's what I have to say about this. You know, I'm curious on what y'all think of this topic too. Thanks again for joining me. That's all I have to say for now. So see y'all next time.